So this is before and this is after. Also, I want to mention, look at this armrest cover I got. The headrest, nice cushion here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be conditioning the leather of my 2022 Nissan Pro 4X. And here I have Leather Honey cleaner and conditioner. And I'm going to go over pretty much how to use it on this vehicle and tell you whether or not it's safe. So here's the situation. This vehicle I ended up getting about a month and a half ago, so it was used. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that the previous owner never conditioned the leather. It doesn't look like it was ever cleaned or conditioned, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to start off with the cleaner, this yellow bottle right here. Now, one thing I will say is that this came highly recommended on the Nissan Pro 4X Facebook pages that I'm a part of. A lot of people said that they've used it and it did a pretty good job. However, I still recommend, if you go with this Leather Honey cleaner, test it on a spot before you use it. The first thing I'll say I don't like about it is that it doesn't really give directions. It's an 8 fluid ounce bottle and you have to actually look up how to use it. And when you look up how to use it, you're supposed to do 2 tablespoons per 8 ounces of water. So 1 cup and you add 2 tablespoons. So I went ahead and did that in here, and I'm getting ready to move to Alaska, so don't even worry about the mess. And I tested it right here, and you can see there's nothing, no harm done to it. So what I'm gonna do is I have a bunch of microfiber towels here. I'm gonna shake them off, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe this stuff down and kind of go in the cracks. I already did vacuum in here, but as you can see, there's still some dirt and dust. And one thing, I didn't really take a good look at this vehicle when I bought it because there's a cigarette burn right here, which not too happy about. But so we're gonna just go ahead, wipe the seat down, get in between the cushions here and kind of dust all this stuff out. Probably should have started at the top. Now, I will say I really like the seats that come in here. They're incredibly comfortable. And the reason I'm doing this, one, is because you should do it. And two, in that box right there, I bought seat covers because I want to protect these things in case I ever sell it. Vehicles in Alaska sell for a lot more because supply and demand issues. And if I have the opportunity to sell it before moving back, then I might do that. Also, I want to mention, look at this armrest cover I got. I got this off Amazon. This was also recommended on the Facebook groups. And I'll put links to all this stuff in the description below. I'm not an affiliate of any of it, so it's just there for you to use when you would like to use it or if you'd like to get it. This channel's so new. I got 1 subscriber right now, so I'm not making any money here. But I really like it. It came quick. It's comfortable. That's what she said. And now let's spray this down. Now, one thing I'll say is that I don't like spraying anything inside the vehicle so that it, especially out here in North Dakota, it's windy, it'll push it around. So I'm gonna do it outside the vehicle and just spray liberally on the cloth, and then we'll just rub it down. We'll start at the headrest. Now, it only takes a light coating, so I'm not gonna go too crazy here. I just want to make sure to get in the wearable parts of the seat. So all the pressure points where you're going to be sitting, all the parts your body touches, rubs against, shifts in the seat. Like, I can already see a lot of wear on the shoulders and a lot of wear on the outer portions of the seat down here and right here where the butt sits. So I'm gonna make sure to get good in there and condition that part well. I'm gonna go through and do the rest of the vehicle, and then I'll jump back once it's ready for conditioner. Well, we finally have the entire thing cleaned. So I just want to go over kind of how I did it personally. So I started from top to bottom, and I kind of went over everything like that, and then I went back in and kind of got a little bit more refined within the cracks and the hot spots. So things like where the seat belt touches, when I have this folded down, you can see it's hitting right there. So I need to make sure that this is down all the way. Otherwise it's leaving an imprint. And I want to make sure that this is going to be cleaned and conditioned to avoid cracking. Same thing with all these points here where the shoulders touch, right here where the butt's touching, where you get in and out of. And another big part is the leather goes down underneath here. And you can see I haven't done this part yet because I wanted to show you. It still needs to be cleaned and that part needs to be conditioned also. Now we're going to move on to the conditioner part. Now when using this, you can use a clean, soft microfiber cloth. I'm just going to use my hands, and you want to use this again liberally, so pretty light coat. And we're going to coat all the leather, let it dry for 2 hours. It recommends to preferably let it dry overnight, but I'm going to let it dry for 2 hours, then wipe off any excess, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my seat covers on. Just like when you are waterproofing boots and conditioning brand new leather boots, I say you should use your hands. So I'm going to use my hands for this. Just to show you guys though, I'm going to put some on the seat, rub it in with my hands, and then I'm going to do the whole rest of the vehicle. And it probably would be helpful to remove that. Now let's go ahead and dump it. Let's do a little S pattern. Make sure that's close so it doesn't fall. I'm just working it into the leather. Now it does recommend testing this in one small spot, but I trust it. It's just conditioner. It's not, if it discolors it in a negative way, which I doubt it will, you know, well, that's what the seat covers will cover up. And in a few years when I go to sell it, no one's really gonna know. It's not gonna like turn the seats orange or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the seats. I might have did a little too much. So we're just gonna take this from the bottom seat here and just rub it up from there onto the seat here. But I'm not too worried about putting too much on, especially this first coat, because it probably hasn't seen conditioner in like 2 years. So I just did everything but the steering wheel and this last seat right here. And I want to kind of go over what I've learned thus far. I just kind of put globs on here and went over it. On the back here, I kind of started to figure out a pattern. But again, working from kind of the top down all over, using my hands again to get inside the cracks. And then the big thing here is starting from kind of the middle and working your way out. That way you're not like leaning into this stuff, getting this stuff all over your clothes. And you can see I did put quite a bit on there. The reason being, again, because it's been 2 years. This thing has probably never actually even been cleaned or conditioned, you know, since it left the factory. So I want to make sure that it soaks up really nice again. And then just working all the hot spots in, all these little crevices, everywhere that folds happen, you want to work the conditioner into that area. Now this is kind of how I've been doing it. So popping it open, turning it upside down like this, and then just kind of zigzagging it. Make sure it stays open. Closing it, and then just working it in. And you see, I'll do like, just like how I cleaned it, I'll go over it, but it's not getting inside all these. So I go over the whole thing, rubbing it down. Really pushing it into the leather. And then once I've gone over the whole seat like that, then I'll go in and kind of work in the cracks. Now that I have all the seats conditioned, I have an alarm set for 2 hours from now. I'm gonna leave all my doors open so that it airs out, dries. The only thing that I've really left to do is the steering wheel, but I already washed my hands. So for this, I'm just gonna apply some onto the rag and then go from there. I'm sure you can tell I didn't use that much. It does say on the back of here, a little goes a long way. I ended up putting a little bit more than a little. And again, the reason being, this leather has never been touched by conditioner. So I really wanna give it an opportunity to soak in. But we're gonna let this soak for 2 hours. Then we'll come back, wipe it off, and I'll show you guys the finished product. It's been about 3 hours, and this is where we're at right now. So it's still very oily. And we're gonna go through and kind of wipe all this stuff down. Let's see. Oh yeah. So you can see a pretty big difference. It's picking up a lot. So we're gonna go through and wipe all this down, and I'll bring us back once it's all done and we'll take another look. So this is before and this is after. And you can see the difference on how shiny that coat is. And it softened it up quite a bit. Did quite a good job. You can still see it's still leaving fingerprints, so it's saturated. Now, if you want to stick around and see what these seat covers look like, if you're trying to get seat covers for your Nissan Frontier Pro 4X, stick around and I'm going to put these things on next. So this is the Coverado seat covers, fit for the Gen 3 Nissan Frontier. And we are gonna put this on here. I got this from Amazon. Again, the link will be in the description. And I don't make anything from it because this is a new channel, but these are about 150 bucks. Came highly recommended, so let's go ahead and put them on. So I have one more seat cover to go, and I got one in right now. The headrest, nice cushion here. I set it up, and you can see the lip here. But I went ahead and tucked it in where I could. And you just have these J hooks here that connect the bottom part of the seat. This is just Velcro. And then you have these chuck hooks here that the straps just connect to. You shove them in between the seat. And it still has some storage in the back, and then just clips on the top. You do have to unconnect this in order to get everything set. But I'm gonna go eat dinner, and I'll come back out, finish this up. But again, Coverado or Coverado seat covers that you can find on Amazon. Leather Honey cleaner and conditioner for the seats. I didn't get the rear seat covers because they were gonna be up. They're not really gonna get a whole lot of use. And if I need to put them down, they'll be fine. I just wanted the main cabin to be covered. But I'm gonna go eat dinner. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe. Right now I got 1 subscriber. So I'll see you guys in the next one.